First, just start off with the finish of these three kind of rocks. There's three shells I did and then three rocks. But when you take a look at each of them, trying to pick one and then just creating the shape, creating the outline, zoom in as close as you can, and just using the click and drag to get the curve. Make a copy and make a line over the top to show that. And I just made it one continuous line so it's easier to select. You can change the coloring of it later. And then coming over here, you can use the shape builder, but I just eliminated the line and just look at the basic shapes to place those in there, and then bring the line back in, drag the highlight over, give it a little blur, and a couple gradients just to give it some life, a radial gradient in this case. And then just took the outside shape, put it on top of it, and made it a clipping path. And the same with the other one. You only see part of it, but your eye has to kind of finish it off just to drag it in there. So here, just using the pen tool for the outside contour, overlapping line to split those two shapes, put the highlight in, and then a pen tool this time, just to get that line, and then again using the shape builder to build the bottom of the piece. And kind of very similar to the first one, just changing the three colors, maybe give it a little gradient or a blur. On this case, just highlighting it, creating that. Don't forget to save your gradients, but that's a possibility. It could be linear or radial, and using the annotator to change the scale and the proportion of it. And then use a clipping path over the top. So you can kind of get some convincing graphics of those two pieces to give you that selection. So it's able to, then you can create a pattern just out of those two. We'll add this one in. It's a little trickier. You're doing the same idea, creating the outline, but then you have to make a pattern. In this case, just using the blob brush tool to get some of those shapes and changing the colors. Here's the shapes down below, just using that with the eraser tool. And then trying to make two shapes, fill them. You have other patterns that are preset, but this makes it happen here. And you can also split those shapes and give them different fills, and just have a solid pattern over the top of it, or just the pattern over the top of it. Makes it a little bit easier to illustrate. In fact, it'd be a color theory problem there, right there, which might be an option, so we'll try that. And then the final part is just putting it together in a overall pattern. And just remember that a pattern shape has to be broken apart or expanded before it'll become a pattern, just because of the software. So it'll give you that option. So there's the three shapes that you can create into your own pattern. Gives you a pretty good rendition of it.